So I never got TikTok. There should be no BBN TikTok out there. If there is one, it's not us. The main reason for this is I refused to put TikTok on my phone. And the reason for this is because of what Vine was. So now I'm going to say a couple of things in this video, and I need for y'all to understand. This government knows what's going on, and they are selling you out to foreign interests. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, the current president, Joe Biden of the United States have said, if Congress passes the order for the ban on TikTok, that he will sign it. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to say, and I want to be clear about this, because I promise you, the reason why this is even a thing is because it's election year. That's it. That's why this is a thing. First of all, before we even get into this, do y'all remember Vine? For everybody that don't know, do y'all remember what happened to Vine? Basically, Vine was not being able to be used in America no more. They said, you know what? Vine is illegal. And the reason for that is because they saying that China was data mining. Data mining? Data mining? I have a feeling like we used to call it data before before Star Wars, The New Generation came out, and they had the dude that was named Data. But I think before he was a thing, I think we said data, right? Anyway, so not even the Chinese, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't every Chinese guy out here that owns a restaurant. But China, allegedly, at least that's what the accusation was data mining. And therefore, the U.S. government said, you know what? We can't have you here anymore. Now, why is this so interesting? Because everyone that knows that TikTok is basically Vine in a new package. We all know this. So basically, if I remember correctly, this was during the Obama administration, and it was going into the election year, just like we are currently doing. If I remember any of this correctly, if I'm incorrect about any of this, please respectfully put it down into the chat. So basically, our then president, President Obama, Barack, had said, they were saying that China was data mining, and basically what was happening was they were stealing people's information, anything that you were doing. Temu is allegedly doing something similar to that, which is also a Chinese company out of China. And just so we could be clear, they don't have the constitution in countries other than America. People love to think that the rights in which we covet here in America also extend to foreign nations. It does not. So when you go to nations like China, there is no privacy. You have this new thing in China that, like, now if you break a crime, like, they have like cameras everywhere. So if they see you like jaywalk or something like that, they just bill you. Yeah, they just bill you. Like, they don't even send you a thing that you now got to go to court and fight. They just take it straight out your bank account if you do a crime. This is real talk. Go find it out. Anyway, so allegedly, Vine was data mining, so that's why it was removed. So this is the odd point. The people were told the only way that Vine could continue to exist is if China sold basically to an American entity. So if they sold Vine to America, they could now still then exist. And why do I find that particularly interesting, and why we're talking about TikTok right now at the moment? Because it sounds to me like the American government is asking TikTok, the people who run TikTok, they want the information from TikTok. Because I believe the whole thing revolving around Vine was the American political system that we now have needed the information that China data collected in order for them to be able to manipulate the American people. Now, for the individuals that don't get this, and they're like, yo, this nigga Jack, he's going all the way off the deepest end. Why do they keep doing this in an election year? Why is it during an election year? Why is it always when the Democrats are in power? Why didn't Trump try to get rid of TikTok? These are the questions. In any regard, Temu is doing something similar. So every time you order from Temu, you know, you have to put all of your information in there. And like I said, China doesn't have the same rules and regulations that America has. So they're just selling your information, fam. For everybody that don't know. Now, I had Temu on my phone, and right before finding this information out, I deleted it. And I've never actually ordered anything from Temu, neither. Nor, so, I mean, I don't know what information they currently have of mine. Also, and this is why the TikTok Vine thing is so interesting. Temu, basically, the way the app works is, it can basically access anything that's in your phone. Anything that's in your phone. The same way that the same way that Vine did, and the same thing that TikTok now does. Anything in your phone is accessible. I just need y'all to understand this, because I get all of these apps and y'all don't understand why these apps are so beneficial. Because these apps are making their money on the back end. They're not really making their money off of you like you think. They're making their money off of selling your information. That's a big business in the world, not just America. In any regard, let me know what y'all guys think about this. Do you think that it's a possibility that the government is now, you know, moving on TikTok the way that they are? Well, why do you think they're moving on TikTok the way that they are? Because, you know, up until this election year, they didn't seem to have a problem with TikTok. You could probably go on TikTok and find representatives. They had a small problem, just so we can be clear. I think leading into this election year, like, once again, I think everything has to do with the election. At the end of last year, they had the thing where they said government officials could no longer have TikTok on their phone for the reasons that I just told you, because they can access anything from your phone. So basically, if you have a personal phone, you can have TikTok. But if you have a phone that you do any government business on, you cannot have TikTok on that phone. It's a problem. And that's because basically, since they can access anything in your phone, anything that you're doing, the people at TikTok can know. Anything that you're doing, the people at Temu can know. Just like anything that you're doing, the people at Vine can know. Coincidentally enough, how many of y'all have Vine, Temu, had TikTok, or has TikTok, had Vine, have Temu, and y'all be putting like sex tapes on your phone? China got them. Like, comment, subscribes, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.